Hey everyone, this is Disc Junkie and welcome to another unboxing video. Now, if you follow this channel, you know that I am an avid Mindhunter fan, a really big David Fincher fan, and these releases are so-called FYC editions, or for your consideration, which means that they are commonly sent to people in the media. And if you follow this channel, you've probably seen me talking about this, which is Mindhunter Season 1, the Golden Globes FYC release, and I've also been talking about the Emmy Awards edition of Season 1, which comes in this really cool sort of FBI style folder. But if you want to see this and this in more detail, you can just check the link in the video description. Because today I am actually going to focus on this, which is my new pickup. This is the second season of the show, which I would say is a whole lot more unusual than the first season. And I found this on Google like just a couple of times through like favorite searches and sort of looking like reverse images and stuff like that, but I've never really seen a copy for sale. So I've had a favorite search on eBay for quite a while, and finally I actually got a hit for this, and it was pretty expensive. I think I paid something like $90 US or something, which is crazy, but I know for a fact that it is that rare to find a copy. And I also think it's really cool because this is literally like the only official release you can get, if you want to call it official, because it is promotional. But, you know, there's never going to be a retail version of this probably, seeing as the show is pretty much cancelled. And also, seeing as this is produced by Netflix, it's pretty unusual to see official releases that are sold in retail stores. I mean, the only times that ever happened is, you know, off the top of my head, I can just think of, you know, Stranger Things got released that way. But generally, Netflix doesn't really put out their show to any sort of larger extent. So in any case, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the differences between Season 1 and 2. But before we do that, I thought we would do a quick look at the actual packaging for this, because this is probably what people are interested in. So here is the front cover, just says Mindhunter Season 2. And for your Golden Globe consideration. So this is, you know, confirmed to be a release which was sent to the HFPA, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which is the people who judge the Golden Globes. Now, I know that it doesn't actually say for your Golden Globe consideration on the first season, but this one has been watermarked for all the episodes with HFPA. So I know for a fact that this is the Golden Globes version. But we're going to get back to the watermark in a little bit. So in any case, there we got the front, flipping to the back, pretty simple, nothing too, you know, unique about it. It says fyc.netflix.com at the bottom, copyright Netflix LLC, all rights reserved. Folding this out, it's quite a simple design, you know, simple fold out, whereas the first season essentially has multiple panels folding out, so that's a bit more elaborate. But, you know, I don't think that matters too much. I just think it's really cool to actually own a copy of this. So, folding this out, just got some quotes on the inside, and then you got the discs lined up like this. So, taking a quick look at this, here we got Mindhunter Season 3, or well, sorry, Season 3, Season 2, Disc 3, and yeah, the overall design is pretty much the same, pretty coherent. So there we got Disc 2 for Season 2. And the episodes are essentially episodes 7 through 9 on the third disc and episode 4 through 6 on the second one. And then on the first disc we got episodes 1 through 3. But that is pretty much it as far as the run through of this package. And the reason for why I wanted to show these is, for one thing, you can do a bit of a quick comparison to the first season. Generally, the disc art is pretty similar on these. I mean, I can just pull this out. You can see here's an example of the first disc, or the first season, disc 2. So generally, same type of design. But I do want to mention a couple of differences between these two seasons and the way these sort of discs are laid out in terms of the sort of on-screen design. So first of all, I just wanted to mention that the first season, this has a watermark throughout all of the episodes that is constantly on screen, and it just says HFPA at the bottom right corner. This is not present on the second season, which is a big plus. Then we got the fact that the first season has no subtitles, but the second season actually has optional English subtitles, which is a big plus as well. And honestly, it's quite unusual to see subtitles for FYC editions, as far as I know. I don't own that many, but usually when I get them, there aren't really subtitles on them. So I thought that was an interesting thing to note. Next up, both of these will have chapter stops, but I think the first season has better chapter stops because there you will have like one episode is one title, and then there will be individual chapter stops within that title. But on the second season, it seems like there are less stops, and you will essentially have several episodes bundled into the same title track, which is just a bit odd. There are still chapter stops, but you know, it's just not as well sort of laid out in terms of where the stops are and how the sort of different episodes are laid out. Next up, I want to talk about the fact that the first season doesn't actually seem to have a menu system. There is a sort of track in the, you know, when you do the menu on the computer, you'll find a track on the disc which says menu, but when I try to select it, I don't really get anywhere, so I can't really access the menu. So there might be one, but I can't get it to work. As far as the second season, this does have an actual menu system, but there really isn't much there. Pretty much all you can do is choose to either play the episode or play the episode with closed captions. You can't actually access the chapter stops that way, so those are going to have to be, you know, sort of browse through using the buttons on your remote. Now, when it comes to the resolution on both of these releases, I gotta say that they're not really that great. And as far as I can tell, the resolution is 850 by 480 pixels. This also includes black bars at the top and bottom. And so when I remove the bars, it seems like the actual resolution of the show is 850 by 390. And this does also correlate with the show's original aspect ratio, which would be 2.2 to 1. So yeah, it does seem to have the proper ratio. It's just not particularly high definition. And so with that said, I mean, I can just mention that if you want to get these as physical releases, I would generally not advise you to hunt these down. For one thing, they are very uncommon and will probably fetch a pretty good price tag. And also, I mean, there's no special features, the menu system so-and-so, subtitles is, you know, not always present. So, I mean, I'm personally considering picking up one of these sort of bootleg Blu-rays that I've been seeing on eBay. I haven't really done that yet, so I can't confirm the quality. But I mean, I would imagine that the Blu-rays and the bootlegs being made are probably a whole lot better quality than this. These are probably ported from the original sort of files that are used for the streaming services. So by that standard, I would assume that the Blu-ray presentations, even though they are bootlegs, are probably in high definition. But that is pretty much it for this video. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. And as usual, hope to see you all next time.